In today's episode of Business Explained, I'll be showing you how I make my YouTube videos. I get a lot of comments asking me what the process of making content looks like, so I figured I'd take you guys behind the scenes of how I run my YouTube channel. The first step of making any good videos is picking a topic. Usually I like to start off with topics I find interesting and have some knowledge in. This makes writing a script much more easier, especially if you have a deadline set for yourself. Coming up with the topic of a video takes anywhere between a couple of minutes to a couple of hours, depending how drunk I get. After sobering up, I start the process of writing the script. Most people like using the bullet point method, which consists of writing your main argument and your pieces of evidence as bullet points, then later expanding on those bullet points using pathos, ethos, and Legos. This is especially true if you're into making video essays. Think of people like Sunny V2, Patrick CC, and CoffeeZilla. But I like using a little known method called fuck it, the rent is due and I'm $500 behind. The first step is pretty simple. You get a piece of paper and a pen and put it on your desk, or if you have one, a phone or computer. Next, slowly get up from your chair and head out. Now the third step is extremely crucial. You're going to walk to your nearest liquor store and buy yourself 2 beat boxes and 2 green buzz balls. Anything that has more than 12% alcohol will do the trick. While walking home, you're going to chug an entire buzz ball. This is what my Alcoholics Anonymous sponsor calls pre-gaming. After getting back home, I sit on my chair and let the magic begin. I typically like freestyling all of my scripts because I only have 3 hours before I pass out from the alcohol. So anything I write will automatically get into the video, and this includes the jokes. When it comes to writing my jokes, I usually keep my deadpan delivery in mind, and I like telling jokes through scenarios rather than using the traditional setup then punchline method. Everyone writes jokes differently, so this part of the script process is completely subjective. I also like using clips of my videos because not only does it help get my point across, but it also makes a video longer, meaning more money, which means more Jack Daniels, which means more productivity, because everyone knows that alcohol sure does boost creativity. Anyways, by this point of the script, I'm violently drunk and struggling to keep my eyes open, and that is my indicator that my job is now done, and I can finally get on my bed and knock the fuck out. After writing the script for 2 days, the next part of the process is recording the audio. I use a Scarlett Solo interface and an Audio-Technica microphone to record all of my videos. I used to record on the Blue Yeti Snowball, but I found myself hating the distortion. So I bitched about it to my girl and she ended up buying me an upgrade for my birthday. So shout out to Aaliyah. The recording software I use is Logic Pro X, and for my mastering I use iZotope Ozone 11, which for those who don't know is what most artists use to master their vocals. Thank you for noticing. Anyways, I go for a deadpan delivery when reading my lines, not because I think it'll add to the video, but because I suck at talking and find myself retaking the same line over and over again. So there's no way in fuck I'll be able to summon the same tone and cadence when I finally move on to another line. Even then I find myself retaking the same shit over and over again and trying my hardest not to myself. But after 2 hours of hitting the delete button, I'm finally done recording the audio. Editing is by far my favorite part of making a video. It gives me the excuse to go outside to my local Starbucks and get absolutely wasted while drawing stick figures on Procreate. I use Adobe Premiere as my primary editing software, and I also use Photoshop to make high quality masterpieces like this, and this. It's crazy to think that my art style hasn't changed since I was 5, but I guess you can't rush greatness, so give me a couple of more years and I'll be able to draw Bill with some pants. Once I'm done drawing a scene, I send it to my computer and I add it to the timeline. Once I finish adding all the scenes together, I celebrate by drinking a whole bottle of vodka, 1 buzzball, and a mango margarita. Once I pass out from the alcohol, I know my job is done and I'm ready to upload the video, and all I gotta do now is lay back and wait for the money to start rolling in. Fuck.